I'm just trying to remember exactly what happened. There was a loud crash, and it woke me up. Yeah, someone was in the house. Trespassing. I crept downstairs. A pane of glass from the front door was smashed. I didn't turn on the light because I wanted the intruders to be at a disadvantage. But the hallway was so dark that I couldn't even see his face. He just started yelling at me in this foreign language. Before I even checked if he had a weapon, he just leapt on me. I felt pretty vulnerable in just my pants, I can tell you. There was a struggle. The fight seemed to go on for hours. Next thing I knew, he was lying face down on the welcome mat, and my hands were covered in blood. Being a butcher, I can't seem to escape blood. When I finally switched on the light, there was blood splattered on the wall from where he bashed his head. I couldn't get my head round it. I'd killed an intruder in self-defense. I nearly jumped out of my skin when I heard a phone ringing. It was coming from the dead man's body, from inside his duffel coat pocket. He looked like a cross between Paddington fucking Bear and a mad scientist. I automatically answered. This squeaky voice said, "Frankie, at long last." Alma, his wife, went on and on in my earhole, like a kind of verbal tinnitus. I butted in and said, "I'm not Frankie. My name's Jared. Frankie can't talk right now." "Not to worry," she said, casually. And then she really freaks me out by guessing our exact address. How was it she knew where I lived? She then went on to thank me profusely, said what a kind citizen I was for rescuing her hubby. She thought that I'd recognise the signs of dementia. She was just relieved that someone had located her husband after he'd gone missing for hours from Lilac Water Lodge. He'd spoken a lot recently about 56 Booth Avenue, with their sausage dogs, Fred and Rose, buried in the garden. I froze like an ice sculpture. That poor old man had once lived in my house. Frankie had broken into what he thought was his house, only to find me, a stranger, blocking his path. A case of what the hell was I doing in his hallway? To Frankie, it was the 1980s, and this was his house, and he wasn't the intruder, I was. I'm still aching after last night's struggle. Last night, it was only a few hours ago. Yeah, I panicked alright. Left the body unscarpered. Didn't even take the time to get dressed. Just got in the car, just turned on autopilot, and drove down here, like this, to the comfort blanket of my nan's, in sunny Southend-on-Sea. She was on yet another saga cruise, so I knew the place would be empty. Well, not completely empty. I made friends with a mouse earlier. Then I killed it with an encyclopedia. I should find something to wear. Maybe check inside her closet. I'm not a transvestite, but I can't go out like this. Even though I did. Her blue raincoat is probably the most unisex thing that I can get away with for when I go to the police station. Yeah. Take a hot shower. Face the music. Well, I can't go home now, can I?